Hi there, it's Bria Luz, astrologer, certified hypnotist, and psychic medium. I'm here with the Astro Energy Report for July 26th. And as there are no super dramatic planetary happenings this weekend, I want to take a moment just to speak more generally. And first, this is the perfect time to highlight that while there may not be immediate drama in the sky, that doesn't mean that the energy lacks weight. Um, with our lives being busy and we have this constant stream of information, there is just this tendency to respond to only things that are loud or dramatic. But I'm reminding us, myself included, that subtle and strong energy is often what we need to pay attention to and can benefit from the most. So I have a little assignment for you. Um, it's not necessarily subtle, but it's kind of a brief energy. Mars will be in a sextile, which is a friendly kind of opportunity and passing energy with the sun for the entire weekend. So on Friday, the moon in Aries will be synced up with that kind of fiery energy. But early Saturday morning, the moon moves into Taurus. So it's moving from this fire sign that kind of matches Mars, matches the sun being in Leo, and then the moon's moving into Taurus. So maybe just see if you feel this subtle energy to breathe the life, that would be Mars, into something uh, kind of right away on Friday. And then, it could be a project like to do with yourself. That would be the sun. Or maybe once the moon moves into Taurus, you might feel something slightly different. And maybe it's something about personal security or stability. And even if you succumb to the power of my suggestion just by saying this, you're welcome. And as you start to practice astrology, you could maybe add on this layer of looking at your chart and seeing where these energies hit. And then in this way, you can feel how your birth chart is really always changing in response to these energies. And this knowledge that we're not only feeling these things I talk about week after week as a collective energy, but each of us is experiencing it slightly differently depending on our birth chart. And that is really meant to drive evolution for us individually and collectively in a way that is compassionate and really honors like where each person is at any given time, which leads me to Leo energy. So the sun moved into Leo, and while Leo energy is often associated with being larger than life and perhaps a bit self-centered, there is a sensitivity underneath. And I think of the male and female lion when thinking of this dual nature of Leo. And both are regal and they have a sense of entitlement, which comes from their strength and their solidity in self. Yes, they are very strong and intimidating, but they also are very confident in their skin. And it comes with the sense of responsibility to others. So the male energy expresses itself in this deafening roar if it needs to protect its pride. And the female energy is always alert to any changes in the environment or to any of the individual cubs or other lions within the pride. So you can see how there is that sensitivity with the strength and the confidence in there and the responsibility to others. It's not all self-centered. And no, I'm not being defensive because I am a Leo sun. And finally, I'd like to talk about one more thing. So the nodes of the moon, again, they've been in Aries and Libra for a couple of years, I think now, and they typically move in retrograde motion. which means from where we stand, they look like they're going backwards. And it is a calculated point. So on Thursday, for a couple of days, they're going to be in this um, stationing direct motion, which is not usual. So it's something to pay attention to. And then at the same time, which is why I'm bringing it up, that asteroid Chiron in Aries is also stationing direct and then will move retrograde through the end of this year. And so with this happening during Leo season, and we're also in the shadow of Mercury going retrograde in both Virgo and Leo, it seemed like something was being flagged for us. And the nodes really provide an axis for us to evolve upon. And we know we've been working on being our authentic self, and that would be self related to Aries in relationship, which would be the South Node being in Libra. And Chiron in Aries points to this fundamental worthiness wound in self. It's not for anything you may have done or because you were born into a certain family or not. It's this fundamental intrinsic to self feeling of never ever being good enough, no matter what you do or what you have. So you can't like buy your way out of it or marry your way out of it. So can you see how Leo energy strikes a contrast to that wounded Aries energy? So that may be something for us to look at, and a way to heal might be to find what really lights you up. That, you know, both have that fire energy with the Aries and Leo being fire signs. And when we do that, you know, the that excitement really leaves no room for feeling unworthy. Um, I think I've experienced that. I hope you have too. But when you're super excited or into something, you kind of get over your like, oh, who, little old me type thing, or I don't deserve this. And it also attracts people from an authentic space when you are truly lit up by something and you're doing that. You're going to attract, again, I hate to say the right people, but the right people for you. Um, and kind of, you can think of it like the lion inside of us wakes up during those times. So I will talk more about what to do with maybe this newfound passion for what lights you up in the coming weeks. Because I think there is some gold in this Mercury retrograde that's coming. And with that, I wish you a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And if you have any comments, please give me an email, info@marialuz.online. You can also check out my Substack where I post the written analysis that goes with this video each week. And my website, of course, if you want to schedule anything with me, is marialuz.online. Thank you so much for watching, and I so appreciate you. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.